Welcome to Early Recovery Skills. Explore your actions. In early recovery, there are skills to learn to ease your maintenance of sobriety and to help you achieve your goals. Today, during this moving meditation, we will learn about behaviors or actions and how they interact with thoughts and emotions or feeling states. The behavior of active use has a relationship with feelings and thoughts. You can change these relationships, which gives you control over the behavior or action that you want to change. These concepts utilize cognitive behavioral techniques. First, we will enter into open awareness through this moving meditation. We will gain focus. Let's start as we always do to enter into the present moment. We focus on our breathing. We keep our eyes open and start to sync our breathing with our movement. That's right. Take a deep breath in, and as you blow it out, start to move slowly forward. You may move in place during this session. You can slowly move your feet or your shoulders or maybe just the index fingers to gain rhythmic movement. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, continue your slow movement. This rhythmic movement with the breathing centers the mind, and this bridges the mind-body connection. Focusing on movement visually is grounding, and this also allows us to gain control over the breath as we move forward slowly, slowly, maintaining our connection with the present moment. We want to stay on the path that we have chosen, putting behind our past and looking forward to the future. There will be points of interest along our path. Nature can visually symbolize your own thought processes. It can provide insight, giving us our understanding of a truth or an answer to a question. We need to relax our mind to be open to these messages. We want to look carefully in early sobriety at the question of how to maintain sobriety or how to avoid a lapse that may turn into a relapse. Throughout these moving meditations, we will be talking about different ways to avoid relapse, but today we are focusing on behaviors. We are using the thinking or cognitive part of our brain to analyze actions or behaviors. Continue with your slow movement forward. Focus on your deep breath in, followed by continued movement and a deep breath out. Find a point of interest in the path ahead. Look at the many ways life finds a way. You also are here finding your way. I'm sure a family member, partner, social media, Facebook, somebody out there has told you that your use of a drug is a choice. Yeah, let's think about that just a bit. It is true, it is a choice. And then let us also think about what is called compulsive use. This gets into the understanding that addiction is a brain disease. This has been verified by science as the reward system loop in the midbrain or ancestral part of the brain is taken over by drug use. Nothing really makes you feel good now except your drug of choice. Now, we don't use this as an excuse or rationalization, but as a concept for greater understanding. How are the skills you are learning used to change the brain and develop new patterns, discarding prior conditioning that doesn't serve you? With curiosity, take a deep breath in and continue moving forward. You're going the right way. You can look at yourself from up top of the trees, looking down with kindness and understanding. This will help you get past your defenses as you relax your shoulders down and continue to breathe. You are safe, and we want to seek greater understanding of yourself. A barrier to recovery is the thought that the behavior of drug use is the only behavior that needs to change. In other words, drug using behavior isn't limited to just active use of the drug. So, what am I talking about? Well, commonly people in active addiction may demonstrate other behaviors such as isolation, or maybe going to the other extreme of being overly social and being the party animal. We commonly see inflated sense of ego, overly active display of sexuality, risk taking, arrogance, attention seeking. What about hanging around where the drug is being used or can be obtained? Maybe you've noticed behaviors that are shameful to you, such as hiding, sneaking around, lying, cheating, scheming. It is important to recognize what other behaviors go hand in hand with your addictive behaviors. Remember, there is no gotcha moment here. You are not attacking yourself, but you're exploring. You're exploring with curiosity. You need to learn more about yourself. You're safe. These are memories. Continue to take deep breaths in and realize there are behaviors beyond drug use that you want to identify. Think about these behaviors as sitting on a bench next to you. They are not necessarily part of you. You can stand up and walk away from them. As you imagine this, you are visualizing that you have options. This is an important first step in changing behaviors. This will make the difference between relapse and recovery. This is a main difference between sobriety and recovery. Once you have reviewed some of the actions or behaviors that you see as addictive behaviors, well, what to do now? I believe your value system can help you here. How about replacing addictive behaviors with behaviors consistent with your beliefs or values? What about practicing honesty or truthfulness? What about sober recreational activities with people you aspire to be with? Someone that makes you feel good about yourself. By changing behaviors, you also change the relationship that it has to your thoughts and your feelings. This can make you feel better about yourself. Yeah, This can be a new cycle of conditioning, which is just what your brain needs. It takes time and practice, but you can change the brain chemistry and conditioning. A way to start practicing this is to identify and write down what these addictive behaviors were like. Maybe it might be easier for you to think about what other people saw. Do you see how some of these behaviors could be a cue, a type of trigger for relapse? To counter this, make a list of opposite behaviors or replacement behaviors that you would like to see yourself doing. Some of the things that we talked about earlier. This visualization is the first step in changing the behaviors. As your list fills out, see how sobriety or staying sober is just the start of real recovery. Take a deep breath in, realizing that you are aware of the openness ahead of you. You are aware of the opportunity in growth and self-awareness, being a person that you yourself can love. As we get ready to part, remember the saying of the shooting for the stars? This gets you headed in the right direction. You can do this. You are meant to be here, and you are loved. Enjoy your sobriety.